Boom. What is up, team? Happy Monday. Little Monday stream this week. Making up for some time lost. And of course, we get some holidays coming up. So watching that. How's everyone doing? Saw a couple of you in here quickly. Mario, Cameron, Maria. I am trying to figure out what we're going to do here. But I don't like well, I'm going to go through all the stats here in a minute. We are, we're just been pumping. So with Tesla's flying. Well, there's not much I can touch right here, but my first thought is we are way above previous day's high. Haven't touched it, but the gap is unlikely to fill because of the size. Let's take a look at the stats here. Flip the old edge full previous day's range. No, I need outside days. 70%. This is the area to short. I really want to short this thing bad, but 650 is my other big level. I'm kind of trying to figure this out. We should come down to here, 70% odds. Just keep it simple. And this is what should happen, but how does it get there? VWAP. IWM is still strong. 68.80 and 68.50 SPX. Yeah, I think 68.50 at least gets tested. That's also the 50% of the gap, Phil. Oh, third gap up day in a row. I'm wondering if we don't just fade this thing all day. I got my Vanquish account ready to go too. Here, let me get logged into that. Should probably just take some puts. Should have just taken 618 puts. Well, that should be heavy short here. Let me get logged into Vanquish. I've only traded it one day. I'm down 140 bucks. That's it. So it's not as big as a learning curve as I thought it might be. I'm just gonna get used to day trading options again. All right. I gotta tweet this out because this, I mean, any day we gap up above the previous day's range. Come back to touch that previous day's high. %70%. I mean, I gotta get short somewhere. I just don't know where to set my risk. All right, tweeted that out. So maybe if we reject the 728. We should, I mean, I hate that the gap is unlikely to fill, but previous day's range is 70% chance of backtesting. So it makes me just want to try to get short somewhere and hold it. There's 618 puts. Try that. I'm doing 618 puts. I really want to get in short on futures too. How's everyone doing? Happy Monday. You guys are quiet this morning. We're all just trying to navigate this holiday week market. $651 is a big 651 is the golden retrace. It's a big level we gotta watch. And where's SPX? SPX got 10 points of room before its first gamma level. I want 6850s on SPX. take that one too. Because we should come down to here. So that put me 10 points in the money. IWM's still really strong. I want to at least see the 651 back tested, which is your golden retrace. I don't know. It's tough to call. Tough to call because that gap fill data is going to be really bad, isn't it? But I love the outside days. This is like one of my favorite trades. I almost want to discount the gap fill data to just pay attention to the outside days data because it happens less often, and when it does, it's a pretty strong statistic. So what was our gap up on NQ? Well, Microsoft's actually drilling. Broadcom's drilling. Meta's the strong one. Meta and Tesla. Yeah, gold is crazy. I need to just let everyone know I'm live on stream. I want to hit the short, but I'm afraid it can pop up too high. I should have just shorted up there. I didn't really have much up here. I had 750 as a level. I had like the I guess it was a zone there, 778 to 750. I need to redraw. QBTS looking strong. Kel's the short SPY. Are we going up? I knew I liked gold. Yeah, 540 on NDX. Pretty high traffic area. Where are we at right now? Is there any support here? Yeah, there is. Right there. I don't want to short 730 maybe? 733? All right, I'm gonna try it right there. All right. Yeah, it does feel like there's some momentum coming back into this market, and I know that the next like by the time you get to like Wednesday, tomorrow Wednesday, the mechanical side of the Santa Claus rally starts happening, and that last week of the year. But on a day by day basis, gap up, gap up, gap up. Didn't fill this one, didn't fill this one, didn't fill this one. I'm afraid this is going to go back to highs. $68.50. All right. I have 68.50 puts on SPX. If it goes up here, I'll add again. I've got them at 6.45 average. Almost want to buy BMNR. What is Hegseth and President Trump to make shipbuilding announcement today for White House? All right, let's to reject here. Yeah, Cameron, I noticed that. Wow, Tesla hit the exact fib extension. Look, everyone's probably looking for Tesla 500. I don't blame them, but if that stops right at this fib extension, 98.9. I'm afraid this is going to go all the way back up here and then come down. This is what happened last time to us. Risk 30 points to make. I'm probably going to get stopped out of this. Should just stuck with puts only. I don't like the futures. Yeah, this Monday frost should wear off and we should come down. I don't like the holiday week aspect of it, though. $650 is the only thing that I could get long off of if it holds. You almost wonder if we have to go up here first. Surely not. I don't know. You have 6880, Maria. I have it at 6882. That happens. If we go up here, I'll definitely try another short trade up there. This first one obviously won't work, but yeah, this looks too strong. IWM new high. I mean, could gap and go. Who's buying? That's what I'm saying, Grambo. Well, people just buy a lot anyways. Shipbuilding, not chipbuilding. Shipbuilding is the White House announcement. Huntington Ingalls. Yeah, I mean, and NVIDIA's recovering it all. Microsoft tweezer. This may just go higher. That's going to make it a hard day for me to trade. Yeah, Baldy, Q, both positive. All I have is the outside days. Where do I even trim this? I think we're going to 650s. Gotta trim at 700, right? Yeah, I'm gonna trim at 700, 30-point gain or so. Give me a 30-point trim. Took a loss last night. I need this to play out. Yeah. Do I use Lucid? I've not ever tried Lucid. Never tried Lucid. I've seen a lot of people try. I've seen a lot of ads for them too. There we go. Give me that trim. Give me that trim. Have it at 703. Come on. Oh, no. Come on. Really? 705 and I have it at 703? Oh, this turns into one of those brutal days. If we hit 68.50, you're buying calls? I think we're going to 68.40. Just how do I time this? Right, 5 minute looks a lot worse now. There we go. All right, I got my first trim there for 30 points. Well, I'm tempted to trim more. Let's see. Netflix looks like it's about to make a new low. Apple just put in a bottom wick. Microsoft looks downside. Google kind of a bear flag, but nothing nothing clear. Amazon, nothing really clear. It's actually above VWAP. AMD just made a new low. I mean, it's one of those, like, these could be higher lows. They could be like bear flags. Meta, okay, Meta is coming in nicely. Nvidia is still strong. I don't know. I really don't like this trade that much. I do, but I don't. IWM is just flying though. That is not. I mean, it's fine because I'm not in anything there, but it's like the market's not selling in unison. That doesn't help me. I may have to buy some. may have to buy some vol later this week. Our KLB puts are stupid expensive. Yeah, I mean, Rocket Lab has multiple pieces of good news going on right now. Boy, what a ripper. Is that all-time high? Yeah, it is. Wow. All right. If you guys hear my son right now, the Elf did a... I didn't hear him say anything. That's interesting. The Elf is on the staircase doing his mischief. Plus, school's out for Christmas break. So if you guys hear my kids, because I'm just a dad, whatever. Sold my RKLB. Come on, can I get a 50-point gain here? There we go. Come on. Come on. Fill me. Fill me. There it is. I'm out half, 50-point gain. There we go. There we go. How are my options? Need these puts to start pulling. Get below this opening price a little bit. Come on, pull it. What is it on yes? So I don't know if, like, you have to look for 68.93 previous session high. That's what's most likely to touch. This gap fill is unlikely, which makes this a weird trade because you have a strong statistic that tells you here, and then you have a pretty strong statistic that says you're not going to do this. So it's like, how do you balance those two? So you look for this, you look for overnight lows, and then you look for this, and you don't worry about this down here. Just to take the highest probability move. I Give me 130 points to start the week. I'll be back from. Come on, just drop it one time real hard for me. Yes, you can at least get to 6,900 again. All right, NVIDIA kind of looks rough now. That's helpful. So we still do spaces, Maria, on Monday, usually Monday through Thursday in the mornings. And then they'll all be over here this afternoon. I just have the luxury, since we have a big team, I have the luxury that I can just do this, which I like better either way. I mean, I always like the spaces, but I want to reject 700. Boy, yes, gonna. Yes, and IWM are holding this in. That the IB should help us out here as well. There we go. There's a seller. my stop at like 630. Should I put my stop at 740? Maybe 750. I mean, I got what, 2 trims, 50 points. I don't really want this to come all the way back on me. Part of me is tempted to add. I don't know, it just feels a little too bullish. But it's set up to do what we want it to do. That was half gap there. IndieX didn't quite get to half gap. QQQ, half gap. But I'm really tempted to add right here. $650 Bookmap has the liquidity. I mean, I see they're waiting at 650 where I'm. They're waiting on it where I'm looking for it. There we go. Apple new low. I do like that the first hour, we had 7 minutes till that IB sets, and the IB for now is set up for us to break the low. So we can play that as well. And it's set up on both as long as ES doesn't get back over 920. Everything else is going to line up pretty nicely, but Apple new low. Tesla's trying to bounce a little bit here. Nvidia's just chopping. Robinhood looks weak. Meta's weak. Palantir gave it all back. Some higher low maybe on Broadcom, Amazon. Well, let's just go touch previous day's high, but at least get me to 651, this golden retrace back test. There we go, sellers. Come on. It's funny, if I wasn't already in this, I'd be cheering for it to hold in right here so I could get short. NVIDIA kind of looks strong though. Well, made money on this either way, and then oh, my options are probably getting smoked though. All right. Come on, drop it. I like that wick. We stayed within on yes. 3 minutes. EMA's crossed bearish. ES is still bullish. Apple's drilling. Added one more on the SPX puts. Yeah. Minx wants the gap filled, but she always wants the gap filled. It's a tricky one though. Like I said, with previous day's high. Previous day's high and the gap fill. I mean, the gap fill being unlikely and previous day's high being likely. Yeah, I mean, how do you hit this and not hit this? It's a little data conundrum here. So I'm not like fully trying to send this short trade. She's always on the short, but you know, it's funny. I think she has longed more than I have recently, but she trades like momentum. She can take 4 trades within me taking 1. Well, I miss like last summer we had news every other few minutes. There we go. All right, 30 seconds. Forget that. So we have bearish. Well, let's give it 20 seconds here before I speak out of turn. Three seconds, 2 seconds. There's the first hour. All right, so we have bearish first hour. We have bearish IB. IB by rejection. We should take out the low. I don't like what ES is doing though. What is so strong in ES? Is it banks? Oh, banks, yeah. Banks are flying. That's why IWM is too. All right. I'm really going to take a small ad and play the IB low break. Come on, drop it down. ES is still under opening print. That's good. Here we go. Come on. Come on, pull it. Should I just spray trims out right here or wait for my 650 next target? There's our new low. I want 650. I want 652. I need banks to cool off big time. All right, Broadcom invalidated that higher low so far. Hood's coming down. Meta's been coming down. Boy, if it just wicks that IB and holds it, I'm going to be so salty. There's no 3 gap up days in a row, and we're way above previous day's high. Surely it floats its way back down. Come on, yes. There we go. All right, NVIDIA trying to break. Apple's back towards the lows. Amazon's getting a down candle. Let's take this party down. Oh. Come on. Pull it. At least give me 650. I need this. I need this trim. There we go. There it is. Boom. 80 points, ladies and gentlemen. How we doing? Get down to that gap. There we go. There we go. All right. If it fells 600, it's going back to 500, like easy. 360 would be my next target under 500. Oh, Santa Claus is he's working at Chick-fil-A trying to make extra money. He's struggling this year. 70% odds. %70 odds. Now close this under 650, please. Where's SPX? Did we get? Oh, it still has room. If 650 holds, then just get out of the way for the rest of the day. I need SPX to go test that. It's 6850 though. Oh, Meta's about to make a new low day. Sheesh. Meta doing dirty stuff. And really, outside of NVIDIA and Tesla, you got 2 of the top 10 are actually doing anything. Only 2 of the top 10 weighted stocks are even doing anything. NVIDIA and Tesla. And both of them are trying to roll over, honestly. I've got the orders stacked on the book map down there at 600 too. All right. Need to reject and fell right here. I'm putting my stop down to 710. The memory's looking a little weak today. MU gapped up. What's SanDisk doing? SanDisk. Oh. Ooh, SanDisk. Gap up and fell to hold. What's Western Dig doing? Ooh, bearish engulfing. Here's your orb back test. $30-minute orb back test. Yeah, if we go to like 710, 711, I'll get stopped out and then I'll reconsider what we're doing. Santa Rally hadn't even started. I mean, if we're supposed to believe in seasonality after it hasn't tracked all year, it starts like the day and a half before Christmas, and it's really the week after Christmas. Like, it's called the Santa Rally because Santa brings the rally, and Santa's not here yet. Rizzo's going to be the little elf. All right, well, I kind of want to want to see if there's another trade I can take somewhere. Netflix still looks rough. Oh, Meta hit the 200-day again and rejected. Three wick rejections on the 200-day. Tough look. Wow, GE looks good. There's like several pieces of the AI trade are not. Qualcomm just can't get going every time it gets that same spot. I don't know, our data's bearish. Other than the gap, I mean, the gap up's bullish, obviously, but everything else is bearish. Previous day's range, I guess we gotta be fair on that, but everything on here tells me to play it lower. I'm getting absolutely wrecked on premiums over here. Tesla's tough. Boy, Palantir looks rough. Bitcoin 90K rejection. Short MSTR. I'll bring it back to 650 again, just to see if it's going to hold. Where's QQQ? Oh, I don't know. This looks kind of strong. A previous day's high, that gap was basically, that's the 20-day moving average as well. Yeah, it's like right there. But what? Boy, the news is quiet today, by the way. And that's not spreading. There were 0 earnings reports this week too. That was weird. I don't know, Marie. I feel like too many retail traders are trying to long this. Like, everyone I talk to is like just crazy bullish, and like I'm not bearish, but like I mean, like for like short day trades. But I mean, I look at this and I'm like, we're in. I mean, yeah, we got over the EMAs and stuff, but we're still under all this. SPX looks better. Came back, held the halfback of this move. That looks fine. Let's see. Tesla back to previous day's high. Nvidia is still fine. It's not really doing anything. Meta's getting wrecked. Meta looks like a bad. Hold on. I may have to get in some meta here. 650. Oh, 655, 650 metas. Is that possible? It's hard for me to get in here, but I mean, in the big scheme of things, so like what I talked about in the big scheme of things, if you guys remember, so like here's the daily. Let me just hide this. So let me go back to this right here. So we had the big pullback, right? And going into Thanksgiving, we just started floating up like this with no pullback. So I said, okay, we need some type of pullback to this area. We got even a little bit more than I wanted. I mean, this would have been a fine area. Honestly, this wasn't terrible, but that looks good from a structure standpoint. And then SPX here, this one looks even better because like here's your down move, here's this just like fly back up and roll back over. Finally you get your pull in, that back test, and look, exactly at that half back you hold, and then you immediately hold the golden retrace the next day. You can see it paused here, gapped above it. So like this, I mean, this right here looks good to happen. NVIDIA wants 185, doesn't it? Well, there's 184. That's the next level. I don't know. I can't really get long with all the bearish data. But a gap up. Today's just going to be a tricky day. So I got the one nice trade there. And the video is breaking up, Cameron. Maybe we just sell premium today on the Vanquish. Meta's dying. Meta's about to go red. If Meta takes out this previous day's low, this is a massive look above and foul, bearish engulfing setting up. I really want to short this again. Thank you. I'm going to short again on another account. Same thing, 650 and then 600. Google's acquiring somebody. Intersect. So I think I'm going to sell 6,900, buy 6,910. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, Cameron, by the end of the year. That's what I was saying. Like, in the bigger picture, it looks fine. Tech is a little bit weaker, but just like the broader market, what's RSP doing? Yeah, equal weight, super strong. Still 3% off of all-time high. Boy, we're just too strong on the S&P, banks, IWM. It's all too strong. To do a condor. So if we can just get SPX to go to 6850 and NQ to go to 600, QQQ and DX go to previous day's high, SPX times out the same spot and it just holds there and works its way back up, closes at 650. First Solar apparently is moving. What's First Solar guy going on? Ripping out of nowhere. Yeah, Tesla got right back over previous session high. Nvidia rejected that 184 though. Microsoft's a little perky here. Meta filled the gap, trying to bounce. Broadcom's still headed down. Amazon made a new low. Apple, that's a nice looking bounce. Could be a lot of me just hanging out with you guys today. Google Intersect acquisition and FSLR is ripping off of that. I don't know the connection there. That's what I'm hearing on the news wires. It's the only news I've really heard today. Maybe we tag this 21 and short it. Oh, what's up, Tommy? I just can't long this thing with good conscience. But it looks like it's gonna. So like we can say this: you break the IB, you should come back to this spot, 702. Yes, broke the low. It shouldn't take the highs. If it does, then it's a double break. Quantum is ripping today. What a weird day. Bullish but bearish but bullish. I hear you. Algo went 2 for 2 overnight. Nice. It's always nice to wake up to some profit. I woke up to a loss. But that was not an automated trade. That was my trade. we just make a new high? It's like right there. It has SPX to it. Nope. We're really gonna double break the IB on SPX? Fine. Here's VWAP. This divergence is gross. Yeah, I mean, do we sweep the IB high? I don't really have anything up here on the futures, but on SPX I do have, it's like still 10 more points though. Rocket Lab transferred to ASTS. Well, yeah, so Rocket Lab's going to be the leader in the space, and then if Space Talks as a whole, they'll start, branching out. What's the next Space Talk that hadn't run yet? But we had the news last week on Space Talks, right? You had the administration come out and say that we're like going to put a man on the moon in next 4 years or something. My stop's like right here, by the way. So those SPX puts are going to be dead. But I did a spread 6900s, 6910s, and then I did a condor. Yeah, I mean, how does IB? I mean, what do you even do with the IB now? This is where you should reject on NQ, or at the most you go to 733 and you short it. But yes is just completely diverged. Are banks just flying today? Yes. Yep. I should be getting stopped out here. Let's see. Yep, there's my stop. All right, I'm selling spreads right and left here. See how that goes. See, the question is tech going to catch up to this move? You have a double break of the IB, which means, you know, it's inherently bullish, but really it should still end up back down here. First hour was red, so we should close under this. In Q, we should stay under this. Really, statistically, we shouldn't come back over this. Watch it take my stop here and then go back down. Wait, FSLR, that daily does look good. That looks like it's going to 300. Yeah, you get through 286. This thing should go to 300. Test those highs. That looks really good. That's a good looking chart, Kevin. That's a really good looking chart. Boy, they're fighting right here, putting up some sellers. You think it's going to blow through, Maria? I don't think it's going to get through. Corey was looking weak. Yeah. Wait, Meta, just look at that right at previous session's close. There's a nice candle on Amazon. It's tricky. We gapped up 3 days in a row, so it's like, I mean, go back and look at this NDX. Gap up, not filled. Gap up, not filled. Gap up, not filled. They're getting smaller. IWM's getting the first red 15-minute candle of the whole day. Do I need to short it again here? Thanksgiving was kind of like that. But look, I mean, this one, it gapped up and then filled. Gapped up, didn't fill, but it did get to previous day's high. Then what? We didn't gap up this day. And then gap up, no fill. Gap up, no fill. And then we came down and filled it. And eventually we filled all of them. I think this is gonna fall back down. I don't know. I'm not like confident in it because I'm not taking a real trade on it, but Maria, was it you that said it takes all day to roll back over? I mean, SPX is definitely not looking like it's going to roll over at all, but I don't know. What if they just send this? Like, if enough people believe in the Santa Claus rally, I guess it happens, right? It's the same, like, well, that's why, you know, the 50-day moving average, 200-day moving average, like, the reason why those actually work is because people believe that they work. Like, people use them. That makes sense. Four-hour on ES. It's just sweeping into this. So, like, so what do we have? Like this right here, tapping into that. Fair value. I don't know, guys. I think we're going down. Maria, I think I'm going to sell more spreads above that 15-minute shooting star. Look at that. It's going to take my stop and come right back down. See if you fell the opening range high. All right, I think we're going to be able to get a pull here. At least this right here, 75. If this holds right here, though, it's not going to be a good trade. I think I'm just getting bored. Wow. Is all that size buying right there? It's like 350 lots. Get that. Oh. No, I'm out of this. That was a lot of size that just filled. Just put Iron Condor on this thing. Just, I don't think we're going to go anywhere without big tech. You need me to be a robot? Yeah, I need to get back to my robot. Well, I mean, I got my one nice trade of the day. The data is kind of confusing, but the fact that like right here, it looked like I was in that short. I just got right back out of it because it just saw 350 lots fill at 699. There was 185, and at 696 there was 176. So yeah, I'm not going to watch big size come in right there and try to hold it in and fight it. I mean, I'm good. I'm green. I mean, I had a great trade this morning. Yeah, I mean, that IB trade. So the IB trade with the confluence this morning of the level. Like I said, I mean, I'm up beautifully on the day. Now what do I do? I don't know. I really want to stay in the short, but when I look and I see, yeah, I hear you, Boris. Just leave for 30 minutes, come back. It was weird last night. What's up, Brent? It was weird last night. Like the way it just kept floating higher and never even made its way back down to that 650. Just staying on the side of probabilities, though. Yeah, I am probably gonna short this. Let's look across the board at the big names again. Apple doesn't look good. Amazon trying to hold what it has to hold. Previous day's close. I see a lot of we shouldn't go anywhere today. Meta did take that. Meta's the only one that looks really bad. I think I can swing short Meta. Look at them holding it in here. I want to short this thing so bad, but I'm just going to be patient. Yep, I think it's going to be a short. IWM still ripping. Might be a slow. Is anything moving? Apple looks bad. Nvidia's going straight sideways. Microsoft's coming down. Boy, there's nothing here. I mean, we know we shouldn't go back up here. So if we do, we short that. You're being a little aggressive shorting here. The statistic from this morning hasn't changed, that this is still 70% chance likely. Oh, I'm bored, guys. Yeah, magnets had been working the last couple of days. But magnet was too strong while I was gone. You guys had all the fun literally while I was gone. I'm gonna have to leave, take another trip just so you guys get some good trading action. Honestly, it could be like this the rest of the year. Could be a lot of hangout. A lot of hangout watch. All upper wicks on SPY right now. That's interesting. Look at this 5 minute. Wick. I mean, that means that buyers are trying and sellers are pushing back, right? So now the question becomes, do sellers exhaust and then we do this? Or sellers are winning right now. Do buyers exhaust and we do this? Have gifts to wrap. Best remedy for boredom, blowing an account? Maybe. This is looking flaggy off the 9 though. Yeah, so we took out Asia low and high. We took out London. Does this still count as London high since it was an RTH? Because technically London didn't close, and technically that is London high, but I know people look at it differently. I mean, Meta doesn't look good on the daily. Everything else, I mean, this all looks fine. Except for the gaps that we've left. Algos flipped. Yeah. Well, I mean, the analysts are gone from their desks. Most of them just take the whole week off, right? Since you have to think, like, a lot of people take vacation. Say they fight over who can take vacation, so it's just a bunch of junior traders and stuff. But like in general, the way it works in like the corporate world, and some of you probably remember this or know this from some point, but like if Wednesday's a half day and Thursday's a holiday, I can use basically 2 vacation days. Or if Wednesday, some people are just closed on Wednesday. You can basically use three or 4 vacation days to get an entire week off. How much money do I need to change SPY direction? I don't know. That's a good question. I wonder how much size would it take to move the order book? This sucks. Good thing I sold premium at least. We have data tomorrow morning. GDP, core PCE. Oh, so we are getting PCE and GDP data tomorrow morning before the market opens. It's even more a reason for us to go nowhere today. Last piece of data. So it probably just floats higher slowly, doesn't really break out. I mean, I guess SPX is, well, until it clears 80, it's not really a breakout, but it's kind of breaking out over 65. ES at 932 is an equal high. Actually, a lot of highs right there. I don't know. I'm looking at like the heaviest weighted stocks in the market. Tesla's trying to make a little push here. Nvidia's not doing anything. If anything, it looks kind of rough. Netflix is pulling up, kind of in a bear flag. Microsoft just rejected to stay red, but it's holding in. Meta's bearish and engulfing on the daily. Google looks good here still. Broadcom's in the middle of nowhere, slightly above Friday. Apple's a little weak. Amazon looks fine. Kind of just a bunch of nothing. What's high beta doing today? Well, Palantir is red, about to make a new low. Robinhood, interesting. It's kind of like a lot of nothing. Like a lot of stocks are, some aren't doing anything. Some look fine where they're at, but they're just kind of between chapters almost. SPY structurally looks like it wants to make a new high here, though. What are the other, like, I guess quantum and space and all those are flying? Yeah, Rigetti's up. IONQ is flying. ASTS Space Mobile was flying. We know Rocket Lab flew. It's usually not a good sign. So I hate gap ups so much. Oh, drones move. Oh yeah, drones. NVIDIA just broke down. They're like taking turns because now Microsoft's trying to push up and NVIDIA's pushing down. Apple's weak. Oh, good day to sell premium. Shouldn't go anywhere. What is there a big level here that we're just stuck on? On the NASDAQ. I kind of have it in the middle of, well, it's tough with the stupid contract rule. It's just so hard to find this level because the level's off on the futures. But if you go to NDX, it's like right where we're sitting. So yeah, like this 480 area. It's just I don't know. It's kind of no man's land for me. It's definitely in that market mode of if it doesn't go lower, it's going to just float higher. Instead of failure to go higher and it's got to come find buyers, it's more of like the opposite of sellers. Is it lunchtime now? So now we really don't go anywhere, right? All right, SPX come into that level. I don't know. Looks like it's going to go higher. Glad I didn't take that short when I saw the size fill a while ago. Yeah, seven. If it goes over 730, then probably does just move up. For real, Frank. Let's talk sports. I'm actually ProFast appreciate you, my friend. I can say what's crazy to me though is the fact that we are Oh, that Lions game was crazy. Did you guys watch that? So like, I mean, the right thing happened. First off, Pittsburgh doinks the field goal that would have put them up by 8, and then the whole like fourth quarter was a mess back and forth between both teams. It's like both teams were trying to like not win, and then yeah, the Lions. So like Amon Ra or whatever. I mean, it was pass interference. He ran up, made contact with the guy purposely at the goal line, pushed off, caught it, and then pitched it to. He got tackled short, pitched it. I don't know if they would have reviewed it if it was blown dead or not. I don't think they blew it dead, but either way. So because of the penalty, the Lions had no timeouts left, and since the penalty, like the with a live clock and an offensive penalty, it's usually a 10-second runoff. I think. I don't know. I've never seen that scenario play out, so that was wild. You're undefeated in fantasy, dude. I got wrecked. I got absolutely wrecked in fantasy this year. It's funny because I had a lot of the same guys that I had from last year that did really well for me. This year, wrecked. Absolutely wrecked. Um, hey, Profast, I was in high school. I was too. I hated playing keeper, but I was really good at it. We didn't have anybody else like in ninth grade, and I just got stuck there. I would like, and we would destroy teams. When my high school was really good at soccer, we would destroy teams pro fast. And the funny thing was, I would like at halftime we'd be up like 6-0, 7-0 against some of these schools, and like they would take me out. And I was getting to I was standing there. I was like screaming at my team, just drop the ball back so I could just touch the ball. And then like the coach would take me out at halftime sometimes to play some of the younger guys, and I would immediately go take all my goalkeeper stuff off and go sit on the end of the bench with my regular jersey on. He said, "Put me in at striker." I sold a ton of spreads here, by the way. 68. I'm going a little bit too aggressive. I need to learn more from Knots on this. I'm still trying to figure out spreads. Um, but since I'm learning, I went aggressive. So it's like 68, 68.85, 69.05 call spreads sold, and 68.80, 6,900 call spreads sold. Little aggressive. Probably should have gone further out, but we'll see. And then I just sprinkled on some SPX. So I'm a little down on the day on that account. I had to get out of those ones earlier that didn't work out. we'll see what happens. But yeah, well, I was a punter, and I was a starting punter, and then I did kickoffs for a while in college football. Because when I was a keeper, all I did was sit there and kick the ball all the time. I scored how about this, ProFast semifinal on the way to the state championship. The semifinal game, it was 0-0. We had a penalty in our favor, and I was the best penalty taker by far on our team, but I was playing keeper, and so the coach let another guy go take it, and the keeper saved it, but on the rebound he got wiped out. So then we got another penalty, and he would have scored that rebound too if he didn't get just somebody trucked him from behind. So there's another penalty, and the coach finally let me take it, which I should have taken it anyway. And so I went all the way up from keeper, took the penalty, and that was the one that put us ahead. I think I scored four or five goals my entire career, all from keeper, all penalties. Yeah, shout out Vanquish. Use code Wolf. Try it out. That's what I'm trying to learn how to do these spreads. I figured it'd be better to do it on. Figured it'd be better to do it on Vanquish to try to figure out spreads than do it on my own. But I definitely need this thing to stop pushing. It's pushing way too hard. Probably would have been better to wait till it tested the level and then sold them. I mean, boy, this price action is annoying. I mean, NQ is doing literally nothing. I don't know, you guys looked at these 5-minute charts? It would be so much easier if they would just take it down today back to previous day's high, test that, and then we get the data tomorrow morning. I don't know. All-time high trading is my least favorite. You have huge overhead supply. Basically, where we rejected was a big point of control. Actually, if I look at QQQ, the point of control on the daily is exactly where we rejected the high. 621.80-ish. 70s, something like that. I didn't realize the point of control was up here that far. I'm on a 15-second chart trying to make something happen. Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to have to go. Let's see. I have to run the small cap space. What a day. Well, shout out to Leverage Shares, though. Friends of the show. I think they're over talking some markets. Probably almost better use of time. Talk markets with smart people. Slow day like this. They came out with some new ones the other day. Baidu can be a fun one. I'm not a big Snapchat guy. I need to look into some of these. CNC is this one keeps popping up on my charts for some reason. That CNC chart. But yeah, make sure you read the prospectus. I like good stuff. Shout out to Leverage Shares. Obviously, TSLG probably had a really good morning. Oh yeah, TSLG is having a big day. This is just going to float higher. Just that float higher look to it. FSLR still going? Boom. Oh, Moderna up 5. Lockheed Martin's up. Marmelli's not. And you over previously high. IONQ just made a new high. Boy, real easy to get sucked into a bad trade here. Is Paramount going to win? I don't know, Profast. That one is so weird. The because like what? Paramount's trying to, was it Paramount, Warner Brothers, whatever, like one of them's trying to pay more money than Netflix, but Netflix seems to be the, I don't know, like they're more favorable for Netflix for some reason. I don't know. I can't keep up with the saga and what's going on there. Frank, they went to the A&M game. Oh, so I played at A&M. That atmosphere is one of, if not the best that you'll see in all of college football. I'm not a big fan of the Aggies. I respect their atmosphere. I'm not a big fan of them at all, but I was kind of pulling for them to win. Just yes, because SEC or whatever, but that was a good game, and a lot of people like they want high scoring, whatever. Like the Alabama-Oklahoma game was a good game or whatever. I mean, 17-0 Oklahoma, and then Alabama came back. Like that was a really, really good game. But the A&M Miami game, like to me, it was a really good game just because it was so evenly matched, like just a complete battle. And I like watching those games as much as anything. where like one single play can literally make or break a game. That wind was insane. I don't know if you guys watched, like, did you watch College Game Day, the Pat McAfee field goal kicking contest? The kid had 2 shots at like $1 million, and he missed both of them, and the wind was just insane. And like you saw the quarterbacks trying to throw the passes, and they were just curving. Huge Gators fan. And in the swamp, I mean, the swamp has. I mean, you guys have a good home field advantage or whatever. I mean, most SEC teams have a pretty solid, SEC whatever, huge atmosphere. I mean, Alabama's atmosphere is great. Auburn's is good. Georgia's is good. Florida's is good. But A&M has got to be the best one. I would say A&M, then LSU and Bama. As far as like and then it's probably Auburn, Georgia, Florida, Tennessee. You got to put up there kind of in that next category, and then you drop down and you have like Ole Miss, Arkansas. I mean, I guess Texas, Oklahoma have good atmospheres. I forget about them in the SEC, but you could probably put Tennessee, Texas, and OU in that kind of same battle, but they're just all amazing. And then, like, next tier down is like Arkansas, Ole Miss, and then I think you have to go even further down for like South Carolina and Mississippi State. Those annoying cowbells. I would have won $1 million for sure. IWM finally kind of rolling. What's happened to the markets? Nothing. T7, we floated up all night long. Here, I'll just show you. Here, I'll just go to NQ. It's easiest. Floated up all night long, came back down and swept the lows, tapped into this gap and pushed back up, and now we're just sitting here doing nothing. But I got ran over on this last night, and then I was able to get back short for this. So I got this move down to here, and I've really been doing nothing ever since. SPX is much stronger. Yes, much stronger. IWM even stronger. That's about it. I do remember that, Frank. I can't remember I can't remember the full thing. But I do remember somebody hurting themselves. Like, it didn't look like terrible when it happened, but then like obviously it turned out they like tore their knee or whatever. Not surprised. Especially people that aren't used to kicking. You out there and just kick as hard as you can. No warm up or anything. Like, easy to tear a knee. Cameron, did you ever? I played a game. I played at Autzen in, let's see, it was 2012. Marcus Mariota was the quarterback. I can't remember the running back's name. He was number 6. They called him Black Mamba. He was like a track star. So I can't remember his name, but I remember they called him Black Mamba, and he was just super fast. And every time he scored a touchdown, he would do like the sprinter. Like, he'd get to the end zone, he'd put his arms back and his head down like he was a sprinter. D'Anthony Thomas, yes, thank you. Yeah, I punted 2 or 3 times in that game, I think. That was like Marcus Mariota's like coming out party that day. He threw all over us. You know, we had a bunch of athletes on our team, but like the size on like we couldn't get any pressure on Mariota, and he was just a freak athlete. And then because that D'Anthony Thomas guy was so fast, like we had to put somebody else on him, which opened up the receivers. So yeah, it was just there was too many weapons for us. We were just outmatched. But it was a good game. And we got beat, but it was fun. I just remember, yeah, no, like basically, I mean, Mariota not only was a great athlete and could he could move, but he for whatever reason, Oregon's line that year was just really good. What is the name of the volume profile indicator you use on TradingView? It's VR VP. VRVP. And then you can adjust the settings, customize it, colors, whatever. That's the one I use on here, though. Chip Kelly. Yeah, dude, Chip Kelly was crazy good at, especially college, the way he schemes stuff up. I mean, you're 100% right. I don't know. Edge full toes, choppy. I mean, you can't look for upside when all the data points are against you. But you can't short when price action's obviously telling you one thing. Plus, yes, double break, IB double break, which is not common. What are the stats on that? Look how the bias is bearish. Double break 1 out of 4 days on ES. This right here is why I'm not looking for any upside too. So you have like everything in the world telling you not to look for upside. So that's why I just like sold credit spreads right and left. Opening range high on yes again. No. 2012. So Mariota did win the Heisman, but it was like 2 years later. Because it was when I was in college, it was I think the first year I was in college, it was Sam Bradford, maybe. Yeah, it was Bradford, and then it was Mark Ingram, Cam Newton. Mariota won it like a couple years after I was done playing. Manziel won it in 2012, my last year of playing. Who won it in 2011? The year after was Jameis Winston. So it was 2013. Who am I missing? Yeah, he won it 2014. Manziel won it that 2012 year, because I remember it was a fun year to watch Manziel. He was cooking. Who was was it RG3? It must have been RG3 out of Baylor. And then coming forward, Derrick Henry won it somewhere in the next few years. So did Lamar, Baker. I'm trying to think in my head. Burrow won it like before COVID at LSU. Jaden Daniels won it. Last year was Travis Hunter. I think Caleb Williams won one. That's all I can remember. I played at Arkansas State. I went to Arkansas for 1 year in the middle too. So like I played a couple seasons, didn't really like how things were going with the program, left, went to Arkansas. The coaches that brought me in up there ended up leaving. So like then they reshuffled everything. And I was gonna basically a lot of things I was promised for because when you transferred back then you just sit out. A lot of things I was promised went out the door with those coaches. So then I was like, Then I was gonna go play soccer somewhere instead. But then we ended up hiring Hugh Freeze at Arkansas State, so I went back and played for him. And then I played for Gus Malzahn my senior year. Bitcoin's falling. Good. ETH falling. BMNR looks terrible. Boy, Bitcoin, it's kind of no man's land itself, because this 85 keeps holding, but it's 90 to 95 is rejecting. So like when you look left on Bitcoin, everything from right here, this like 89 to 94, 95 is just a huge supply zone. Down here, this 85 area is support. So it's like just ping-ponging. And it's one of those other things, like everyone in the world's trying to call for the next rally, the next, the Santa Claus rally, the end of year pump, all this stuff. And every time it does it, it's just more people are selling. But it's holding what it needs to hold here, and it's rejecting what it should reject here. So it's just kind of nowhere. So first off, Tom Lee is still bullish, and even was thinking new high by the end of the year. It's Tom Lee's head crypto analyst that is it's the head crypto analyst. I can't remember the guy's name. That he's the one that said a pullback. The base case is a pullback into like 65, which is funny because like Tom Lee's saying one thing, but his head crypto guy at Fundstrat saying something different. But we'll see. Did you ever watch 24/7 college football on HBO? I'm not familiar with that one. I did really enjoy The Last Chance U though when those came out. I had a lot of teammates that came out of those community colleges. I had a couple guys that came from that Independence one. Actually, from both of the ones that were featured. I can't remember the one in Mississippi that was featured, but we had a guy or two from there too. But I remember looking it up. Oh, well, I do at the top of the hour. I have to run Small Cap Show, and I think Jordan and them are coming over here to go live. I'm probably gonna wrap this up here in a minute, and we'll be back. We'll be back live shortly. I'm planning on streaming every morning this week, by the way, even if it's slow market. So, I mean, I keep just going back to like, okay, what's the biggest things in the market that move the market? What are they doing? Tesla's been working itself up, but it's had like what 10 green candles in a row in the 15, so it should get a red candle here. Nvidia is looking weak. It's not a good look on Nvidia. Netflix doesn't look very strong, sitting on yesterday's low. If that falls any lower, then it probably goes back to that IB low and breaks that. Microsoft's been working its way back up. Could be a little bear flag, but it looks decent. It's right here at yesterday's close, but not really doing anything. Meta took out previous session low after taking previous session high, so it tells me it should probably close down here. Google's done nothing for an hour, but it looks constructive. Costco getting a bounce. Broadcom doesn't look good. Amazon looks fine, little V shape. It may come back down and create like a right shoulder for inverse head and shoulder. Apple still looks pretty weak. Dude, this is literally like Asia, like Globex. We actually had, I mean, other than the opening piece, like this part has been worse than Globex. So you have data coming tomorrow. You have a short holiday week. I wonder if the volume is just anemic today. God, the volume is volume. There's no volume at all. Look at this. There is no volume at all. Thoughts on Palantir? Get back to the daily. I mean, Palantir consolidation breakout is just pulling back into previous day's range, like where it closed. There's nothing wrong with this chart. You broke out on high volume, you're pulling back on low volume. You kind of have a gap to still fill up to here. I don't see anything wrong with Palantir. The question would be, where do you get in at? Maybe 190. So like your buy zone would probably be like right here, 190 down to like 188. Yeah, you know, maybe you get another candle, day can, and then you do like this. Or if you get a bottom wick down here somewhere, maybe tomorrow, then you could probably take a trade on Palantir. I mean, today it just peaked into a gap and felled, right? So you can just draw this. Peaked into that gap right there and felled. So now it needs to come find support. And it could support as high as like 190. I mean, if it just holds and closes right here, it's fine. But yeah, never short a dull market. Never short a dull market. That's why I'm not doing it. That's why I actually sold instead of shorting it. That's why I sold spreads. Are we finally got a little dip here? Market is absolutely anemic. I appreciate all of you guys for being here. So like, as bored as I am, and as bored as you guys probably are, at least we're bored together here, hanging out, chatting about whatever. Yeah. I gotta go to, yeah, selling premiums. That's what I was trying to do. Which I'm trying to still figure this out. Somehow I'm up nicely, but I think I did way too aggressive on these. But yeah, selling premium on slow days. Yeah, I wish I had a better macro take for you on this, Steven. I'll actually be asking this question to some of them smarter people than me over the next couple days, and I'll get you a better answer. It's not a problem until it's a problem. The weird thing is, like, Japan's rates are just flying right now. They're absolutely flying, and I don't know what's, really we haven't seen any implications of it. I think the big scare, from whatever 18 months ago, that was kind of the initial shock. But I think since it's been a gradual thing, like if it's not a shock, I don't think it's as bad of a problem. I mean, it's not a problem until it is a problem. The dollar is pretty weak here, though, which is weak dollar is usually bullish for equities. The thing is that what they did for years and years and years was, they borrow the yen for basically free and then invest it elsewhere. So you for the longest time, they borrowed the yen and they had to pay what, like a 1/4% interest or basically no interest, and they could go invest it in U.S. bonds and get whatever, a little bit more. They could go, buy German bonds at 4% or something. Yeah, look at this. They're just holding this thing in here. All right, team. Long Bitcoin, short gold. That's interesting. It's like the inverse of what's been working. I mean, the long gold, short Bitcoin trade has been the best trade of the last 2 months. But hey, maybe it's time to turn around. I don't know. I look at Bitcoin. I still think it needs to go much lower. But I'm not actively like shorting it or anything right now. I took a little short the other day when it hit 94. I'm not like actively shorting it. Brent, you're right. I mean, you have to approach different market scenarios differently. Probably could have. Probably could have even. I probably would have considered selling put spreads more than anything today if we didn't have 3 gap ups in a row. 65K Profast. I want 60. I want it to hit 60. And then I would look to start buying it. Depending on, if it's just falling knife, like, I can be late to a trade, especially a swing trade. But we'll see. That's when everybody will be freaking out. All right, we finally gonna. I mean, everything's doing something different. NVIDIA looks like it's rolling over. Apple's trying to hold in here. Microsoft's got like a little cup, like wants to push up. Tesla is doing nothing really. Google is now trying to roll over. Every single one of these names looks different. Meta's just straight sideways. Yeah, I don't know. All right, crew. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to end the stream. I'm going to go to the little girl's room. And then I've got to run a space for about an hour, just over an hour. Jordan and them should be coming over to start up the afternoon stream here shortly, and then I'll join back. I'll join back here in a little bit this afternoon. We'll see what's happening. So I'll catch you guys here in a little bit. Hope you guys made some money with me this morning. Or stayed out of trouble. Honestly, more than anything, I hope you guys stayed out of trouble today. Well, we'll chat here in a little bit, guys. Catch you guys in about. I'll be back in about an hour and a half. I think Jordan and them will be here live in a very short amount of time. All right, team. Nothing's moving. Really boring. At least we'll be here to entertain you guys in the afternoon. We'll chat with you guys. Think about something we can chat about this afternoon. All right.